right, this is Sacajawea Elementary's library. Here is our flag that I was telling you about, and it goes up easily up against the wall so they know it's closed. Go on in. All right, so as soon as you walk in, there's our circulation desk. There's a Chromebook cart, the book return, sign in and out when kids need to leave during library time. All the iPads are kept back there. We've got a fun sitting area, and then this is the room. So this right here is our new books section, which was overflowing at the beginning of the week, but is much diminished at this point, which is awesome. Around the edge of the room is the Dewey section, and it goes to about there, and then where you see the Dewey sign, so where it starts on this floating shelf, and then it goes over to that corner area under the window. And then over here we have the magazine section. And then this is the Lonely Book Cart. These are books that have been pulled from the collection, and when students need something to look at when they're not checking out, they are allowed to look at those books while others are checking out books. This is the fiction section. Back to the Dewey section real fast. I was telling when I said the layout of the book, we've got this. This is 398.2, which is fables and fairy tales and whatnot. And above it, and this right by the frog, is all the princess books. They're kept separate just so they're easier for kids to find because they're so popular. And then over here is our Magic School Bus section right above, because they would be all throughout the library. This just keeps them all together and easier for students to find. So here's back to the fiction section. And then right here, these two empty shelves, that's where the Sasquatch and Towner nominee books go for the year. 4th and 5th grade, they are challenged to read 10 of those books. And if they read, 12 of those books, excuse me. If they read 12 of those books, they get to go to a pizza party at the end of the year. So they are constantly being checked out. We have a huge waiting list for those all year, which is fantastic. And then this is the primary fiction section. We call it the black dot section for the kids because all of the books have a black dot on them. These are early reader chapter books for the most part. There's some I can read books in here too. This just, we call them quick reads for the older kids. So 4th graders, yeah, you can read these books. You'll probably finish it in a day or two. Good chapter books for younger kids. This is the Everybody wall, which is just the picture book fiction. And then at the beginning of the Everybody wall, the red tape on the corners of those books, those are the books that don't have a lot of words or any words. The tiny book section, just because they get lost in the collection. A lot of those are by Beatrice Potter. Then we have the A1 section, which is the number books. And then right down here is the blue dot section, which is the very basic readers, where the words and the pictures very obviously go together for the lowest readers. One thing that I really like that the librarian utilizes is the book jackets. She laminates them, Bound to Say Bound sends book jackets, but they're not really needed on their books because of the quality, so she laminates them and uses them to hang up. And there is also a game that we play with the students that I'm going to show you with the book jackets. So this is something that we have been doing with 2nd grade currently to help them learn the layout of the library so they can find books on their own. We give them book jackets. The first time we did it, we gave them 4 book jackets, and we said, put these in order that they would go, and then after they put them in order, they take one of the book jackets and go stand by the column that book belongs. As the year goes on and as they get better at it, they will find where the actual book is, and that just helps them navigate the library on their own. And we can do that with all of the kids. And we just make sure we have one book per column so we don't have multiple kids going to the same section. We have a basket full of books right here that the librarian uses. She's reading the Children's Choice books to the kids this year. She does it every year so they can vote for the award. We've been reading The Bad Seed this week, which is an adorable book. You should all read it if you haven't before. This is a song that she sings with that we've been singing with younger kids. Super cute. It goes to the tune of Do Your Ears Hang Low, and it just talks about how you should treat books. And this is the spotlight section. We just had a class in here, so it's been emptied, but we have spotlight books that she talks about at the beginning of every class. Here's the readers that finish the Sasquatch or Towner Challenge. Their names are up there. If they read at least 2 of those books, they get to vote. They get to vote for those. This is another song that she sings with the kids about 398.2. There's a little bit of a glare on it. It's more of a chant than a song, I guess, and it just teaches them 398.2. What can you find there? You can find books about dragons. You can find books about princesses, and that kind of thing. There's a little felt wall with some flowers that the kids like. All right, and so one of the games that we've been doing that I think has been really effective is library Jenga. So we take a piece of felt and put it on the ground or on the table so it's not super loud when the Jenga pieces fall. Build a Jenga tower, and on the Jenga pieces, some of them, if I can find one, there are numbers. So we have up to 20 numbers, and the kids have a list of types of books. They have everything from topics to series names to author names to book names to a word that needs to be in the title, whatever. So they get the corresponding number with that, and they go find the book. And then they have these shelf markers. They leave the shelf marker where they pulled the book. That makes it so it's not a shelving nightmare to put the books back. It's been really fun. And then they make a stack of books next to their Jenga stack, and the goal is to see how many books they can stack up, and that's the winning team. And the kids have been loving it. It's super fun. So here's the circulation desk. We have 2 computers. Well, we have 1 computer and we have a Chrome box. If you're wanting an inexpensive way to have an extra circulation computer, the Chrome box is awesome. She was telling me it was like $100 to get a Chrome box, which is great. Here's our shelving cart. We have my favorite section is crazy. There's the crazy section with all the books that go in our little weird sections. These are shelf markers for Kinder. That way there's a barcode on them, so if they forget their last name or don't know it, it's easy. And here's the back room. She's got her desk here. This is where books get fixed, whatnot. So these carts right now are full of books for kindergarten. They're learning how to get books off shelves with leaving a shelf marker, how to handle the books, turn the pages from the corners, things like that, basic care of the books. And they do that for a couple weeks to practice. We've got lots of carts that go to each classroom to collect books every day. And then she's got a big storage room back here. Right now it's full of books that she's been weeding because she's retiring at the end of the year. And so she is being very nice to the next person and getting rid of a lot of stuff. DVDs are back here for teachers to check out. And yeah, that is Sacagawea's library. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show. I think that's about it. We get a lot of, one thing that I was gonna show you that I really like, last thing. This shows how many teachers have requested books and how many open library people have visited in the last week, which is kind of a fun statistic. And that is our library.